Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm continuing Hollow Knight. Okay, let's start. So last time I finished the game at Green Path after I encountered the hunter who gave me his journal, and with that journal I can look up information for every enemy in the game, and he gives you an item if you fill the journal with entries. So I'll try my best during this playthrough to fill as many entries as I can. So these enemies hide Gulka, aggressive plant life that retracts protectively when danger is near. Spits hard spiky balls when foes are at a distance. And I need to defeat 12 more to decipher the notes. So these Gulka will hide inside the wall, and then they will randomly appear and spit out those spiky balls. If you hit them at the right time, you will return the balls back to the plant. That's the best way to defeat them, actually. Okay, this is quite an interesting area right here. The only problem is that it's too dark inside. And I can try to maneuver without really watching where I'm stepping, but okay, actually it's ill-advised. It's very likely that I will lose, but let's see how far can I go like this. Okay, so once I inspect that, an enemy battle will happen, I think. No, I faced Curve the Stone. So now I'm not certain. Do I need an item called the Dream Nail? Maybe that's what I need in order to interact with this. I can't remember. Okay, so without the lantern, you can't really see where the next step is. So it's very likely you'll fall on a spike and return back to the entrance. I don't think there is anything too important in here. So I'll just come back when I have the lantern. Okay, in another place I need the wall jump ability. I can maybe use a method to skip. No need. I'll just play the game normally. Oh, okay. So let's not go there yet. Just yet. I'd rather face Hornet first. So those flying enemies are called obl. Fat, slow flying bug frequently discharges the acidic liquid stored in its round body. And I need to defeat 15 of those. And 14 I guess. So this game, even though enemies don't rob a lot of geo, nevertheless it's quite generous with how often you find currency. So it's never really that much of a problem. Now the water below is very acidic, and if you fall in, you take damage and you fall inside. There is though an ability you take that lets you swim in the water without any issue. And now the Morse Charger, timid creature that frightens away intruders by covering itself in huge clumps of moss. So it's the same kind of enemy as those small ones, only it covers itself with a lot of moss to frighten you, I guess. But once you hit it once, the ruse is gone. So they have no choice but to run away. So Hornet yet again. Now looking at her, the color of her, like her clothes, doesn't seem like as vivid a red as in the next game. That's the first time I noticed. I'm not sure if it's my screen or this. I remember it being a lot more bright red. So that's an interesting little course. I don't think I can finish it with my my current abilities. I think I need the dash cloak. So I'll leave it for now. Yet again, it might seem that having the how's it called? The gathering swarm might be more beneficial, but the soul catcher and the wayward compass is a better combo for me right now. Well, I could change the wayward compass with the gathering swarm if I had a better idea of where everything is. And a lot of people do that exact thing. There is a mod where you die once, the steal mode I think it's called. If you die once, you restart the whole game. And a lot of people don't use the wayward compass in that mod. To make space for more useful abilities. Oh, I do wonder, why do these enemies respawn every time and other enemies don't? So I wonder if I was wrong. It seems like most enemies don't respawn unless you sit on a bench, but it appears that some do. Okay, mask fly, harmless flying creature that favors serene environments, usually travels in flocks. While exploring the environment, there are some charms that seem necessary, so I usually have a different build once I gather enough charms, that is. I make a different build for boss fights and a different one for exploring. Because wayward compass isn't useful in any way when fighting a boss. But the other one, the Fury charm, the Fury of the Fallen, can actually help you win a fight even in the last moment. Once you complete an entry in the Hunter's Journal, the game will let you know. So it's not like I have to check it every time I kill an enemy. From moss and leaf our life is drawn, while it grows upon the path we shall never wilt. So I'm guessing that is relevant to the followers of Own. There is a lever that helps you open this door right here, but you have to make the round trip around, and I don't think I can do that right now. Yeah, I need the abilities you get later on in the game. So back we go, and soon enough we're going to save the most annoying character in the game. Sometimes I do wonder, why do I bother even saving this guy? But you don't lose anything. There is a boss fight you unlock later on if you save him. Can I not go from here? Okay. So I need to go all the way around. I do remember this enemy. And if I am right, yes, you see that butterfly? It's lifeblood. There's lifeblood in the area. The greater mind once dreamed of leaf and cast this cavern so. In every bush and every vine, the mind of Woon reveals itself to us. Okay, so it's revealed that Un dreamed of these caves and made them reality. I always wondered about Un. Like, is he the same as the other higher beings? So these enemies are quite difficult, and how are they called? Life seed. Small scuttling seed filled with life blood, which can be extracted and consumed for its healthful properties. a Moss Knight, protector of the green path, trained in the ways of the nail and the shell. So the Moss Knight does give quite a bit of Fujio, but in comparison to the other enemy, the Husk Guard, I think he's a lot more of a hassle to defeat, and he gives less Geo, so he doesn't make as good of a the way to farm. Like the Husk Guard is a lot better at farming Geo. Actually, I won't go there just yet. I'll go there after I defeat Hornet. Okay, and up there is the mighty Zod with his life ender. I can ignore him, and at some point he just dies from the back. But whatever. Let's just save the fool. Geo is also useful, so just what do you think you're doing? You dare to come between me and my prey? Is it a habit of yours to scurry about, getting in the way and causing bother? Know this, cur. I am Zod the Mighty, a knight of great renown. Cross me again and you'll find out why they call my weapon Life Ender. His mighty Life Ender that he ends no lives with. What are you still bothering me for? I am a knight. I'm not interested in your childish games. I need my rest. Begone, lest I draw my nail. Like Zod is quite a weird character, let's say. Like the amount of delusion one has to have about himself to say half the things that Zod says. The green children walked from the dream onto these lands. Here we now shall await patient for the call to return. The green children. Now I do wonder what that means. Like, who are the dream children, the green children? How did they come to these lands? From what dream? Maybe there is an explanation for that. Though my best guess is that everything here has to do with Un. I'll come back for these guys in just a second. So another one. Is there an entry for those? Let's see. Grab fly. Well, I don't see an entry, so. So I do want to defeat those knights up there. And if you wonder, they do attack upwards. So there's a lot of geo here, so it was worth coming back to the pit. Though it seems like they give less geo than the Husk guard. So just like I said, he's the best way to farm in this place. That must be one of the stations. Okay, I can drop that platform. Okay. So after dropping that platform, I'll go to the station and unlock it. That will be much easier to return back to the surface and buy upgrades if I want. Actually, I'll go right now because there is another NPC, another guy I can find in Dirtmouth. Let's see what the stag has to say first. My, this place is much changed since I last saw it. The greenery grows so wild the stations like to be consumed by it. Eager to travel? Okay, so he has nothing more to say. That's it. There's too much green. Okay, sure, man. Let's go. I think the NPC that I want to talk to is already here. And here is Zod. You there, why are you skulking about in the shadows? Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. I am Zod the Mighty, a knight of great renown. Tremble before me. While you were hiding here in your dingy little village, I ventured into the dark pit below us and slew a great beast. It had sharp mandibles and atrocious manners. Yes, all glory to me, but I don't have time for your adulation. I must rest and prepare for my next journey down. The tough old fellow over there, he keeps talking absolute drivel. Seems to me the very air is deadly down in the caverns. Perhaps you should consider not breathing. He keeps talking about dreams too. Pah! Dreams are for those too feeble to truly live. What a squalid little hamlet this is. The air is foul and the townsfolk have beady eyes. I'll be heading back down below as soon as possible. Okay, so the mighty sword. So the NPC I was looking for isn't here yet. Which is unfortunate. Actually, because I was hoping to find him. Never thought I'd see such a thing. Star Station has opened. That building lay silent since before even my time. Oh, I've heard the tales of the glorious lines, a web of tunnels running all through the kingdom. Not that I'll be traveling them, mind you. I'm quite content where I am. Did you visit that temple? A strange building, I've heard, though I'd never dare the journey myself. The braver among us once went there to pray, said they felt at peace within the walls. After a while, they stopped going. I wonder what changed.
Madaula, Misu.
Okay.
Oh,
I used to think the kingdom below was all dead, cold rock, but I've since been told different. Travelers speak of startling variety in Hollow Nest's caverns. Even just besides those crossroads, there's meant to be an area filled with leafy greenery. I told those same travelers about the wonderful grasses that grow around the town. They didn't seem impressed. Of course. How can you compare the grass around town with the green path? There is no comparison. A stalwart shell. Life in Holness can be tough, always taking hits and getting knocked around. This charm grants you more time to recover after taking damage. Usually... Okay, I don't think I need this. There is also a vessel fragment that I don't need at the moment. Okay, rather than buying nothing, I'll just buy a few pins. I do think the pins are a good investment, but the markers I rarely use. As I said, there's a red and a blue one, and they only can be used for a few times. So usually I'd rather just check out a map on Google, on IGN or wherever. Though I won't be needing to do that right now. It's like only if you're going for 100% completion or something. Okay, so here is Hornet again. Come no closer, ghost. I've seen you creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This whole kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you try to do. I can't allow it. Okay, so I defeated her, and now take the Mothwing cloak. Dash forward, use this cloak, dash quickly along the ground or through the air. Could it seek to break the seals? They cannot be undone. They must be undone. Let us sleep, little shadow. Return to your darkness. Allow us our peace. So I thought I was going to take some kind of wall jump ability. Turns out I was wrong. You get the Mothwing cloak and you can dash. Okay, that's not a problem anyway. I just don't remember what you get each ability. Fine. Eventually I'll get the wall jump. Oh, hello there. Seems we both tread far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship, though each idol has clearly been long forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite. So this must be a temple of Woon. Abandoned. I saw a strange fellow out there. He seemed quite taken by the lake. I'd planned to offer greetings, though figured I'd first tend to my nail on chance our meeting goes poorly. Your nail looks like a fine instrument, but it's showing signs of wear. I'd wager up there it would take you far. Down here, however, I suspect you'll soon meet dangers the surface world can't match. Hollow Nest is perfect for vigilant explorers like us, so tense and thrilling. In this place, you're either alert or you're dead. Okay, so Quirrell is exploring the green path. And he chanced upon Woon's temple. There are more things to explore that way, actually. But I need a specific ability. Because now I'm curious. Because I thought I was going to get the wall climb. But you first get the moth club. So now I wonder when do I get the wall jump? Should I go back to the surface and fight that boss now? Or should I wait for the upgrade? I decided. I'll wait until I get the climb ability. There's no need to rush. can open this too. Okay, so now we're traveling to the Queen Station. The Queen Station is an interesting place. There's a sort of like a banker there. It's actually a fraud. But if I want to store Geo with him up until an amount, he will hold it. I think it's up to 2000 Geo, something that he up and leaves. And after that, once he escaped, you can find him still, and you can hit him until he drops all the Geo plus some interest. So he's a good way to store Geo early on. Like if you're looking to gather enough for whatever reason, but you're not doing so well in the game, maybe you're losing too much. Okay, he is a good way to start. So this is the stone sanctuary. What's up there then? Okay, I have to go back and check. I don't think enemies will respawn. Well, even if they do respawn. Oh, so the journal is being updated. And I have more information on these enemies. The obelisk. Does it realize what a nuisance it is? Drifting around, spilling its noxious juices everywhere it goes. If you see any, make sure to kill them. So I will. The hunter said so. So now I have to kill them. Every time. Demands the hunter. And if the hunter says so, you must do it. Just so you know, he's the expert. Okay, so it's the track from before. Lucky. I barely made it. Thorns of agony. That's a good challenge. Every time I get hit, thorns will shoot out from the knight's body and attack. How much damage exactly do the thorns do? I don't have the numbers, but whatever, any amount is better than nothing. No. Well, at least the map is updated, I guess. Very simple. Anyway, so let's go gather back the saddle. So as you can see, getting back the saddle is pretty straightforward. You go exactly where you lost, you kill it at the end. But it's not the defeating it part that's hard, it's getting to it sometimes. Like especially if it's in an area with difficult enemies. There was an area I wanted to go. Exactly where we found the sword. I'll go there next. After I explore here. Okay, so I do remember this place. There is a mini boss here. No need to fight him just here. Or no. Changed my mind. It's exactly the right time to fight it. And here it is. Pass from up. There is an item that lets you hit a lot faster, and with that you can repel him simply by striking. I don't have the charm actually. So I'll just defeat him this way. It gives a lot of cheer. So defeating him is very rewarding. And he's not that difficult. Like you can always jump to the side and heal. So there's very little downside. Isn't really a downside to fighting him. So unlocked the entry for the Gulka. Its leaves are dry and bland, The body is unpleasantly sour, but oh, the venom in those balls it spits. Exquisite. If you have the time to spare, try drinking some and enjoy the effects. So what kind of effects will it have? To be so exquisite. Makes me wonder. So I do think I'm approaching an area where I won't be able to progress without abilities that I don't have yet. We'll see. That was lucky. That was actually very lucky. So another grab fly. Okay, so here we are. So to go any further than that, I need the wall jump, which I thought I was going to get anyway. Doesn't matter. That's actually unfortunate that I don't get any meter for hitting the spiked balls. It's okay. I am cutting it very close, I must admit. Okay, I'll risk it. I shouldn't. But anyway, it's right here. I didn't make it in time. Anyway, it's fine. That was the closest fence anyway. I would have had to go there. And the distance isn't anything too big, so I'm there already. So it was worth it. That now wasn't worth it. Neither was that. Can I not avoid the thing? That Cornifer is somewhere around here, but he's inaccessible. I need an ability to be able to get to his side. Okay, and here is the
Oh,
false
Bakura
banker,
Pinello.
Millibel, the banker. Hello there, dearie. I was about to close up shop and run till you came along. I provided a panging service if you're interested. Losing one's geo is a terrible thing, and it's so much more likely if you carry it about on yourself. My vault is much more secure. In all my time as a banker, I've never lost a single geo. Maybe you'd consider opening an account? Okay.
That's you.
You're a
Gio.
smart one. Next time some dreadful beasties gets the best of you, you'll be glad to know your geo's safe within my cell. My vault. Now let's do some banking.
Gio,
Goodbye then,
Kalala.
stay safe.
That's you. Gio.
Okay, so max balance is
Gio,
4,500.
Kalala.
And it's not that hard to find here. And Quirrell again. Isn't this something I'd not expected to discover so huge a stag station after that foggy descent? The bugs of Hollow Nest must have been an impressive lot, building such grand structures so far into these wilds. Seems the dangerous creatures about haven't yet made their way in here. It's the perfect place for a quick rest. Can you imagine this place in its time? Hordes of bugs traveling about the kingdom, stag bells ringing, the station bustling with activity and life. Now only our like even know it exists. That's a special thing, I suppose, to cherish these sites even in their decay. Is it that just faintly you can still hear the echo of the bells? Okay. So that's enough for today, and as always, if you've watched it up until the end of the video, I appreciate it very much. Thank you, and see you next time. Goodbye.